Welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy. I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, where we are all about faith, family, home, and farm. I hope you find something on our channel that will encourage you and inspire you on your journey. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, hit like and subscribe, and be sure to turn that little notifications bell on so you'll get notified every time a brand new video is uploaded. We hope to see you in each and every one. Thanks for watching. Good morning, y'all. I'm out and about this morning. We're on a work trip. If you saw my last video, you know we're on a work trip. I gave y'all a little tour and everything. And I said, now comes the part where I gotta do all that menu planning, meal prepping, stuff like this for dear hubbies. Breakfasts, lunches, and our suppers at night. I'm still having to eat kind of bland after being sick. Still haven't got all of my appetite back, y'all. Things are triggering nausea and gag reflexes. I have no clue what's going on. I don't have all of my energy back, but I'm working on it. We're getting there. And I had to come up with a menu plan. Just because I may not be in the mood to eat doesn't mean dear hubby still can't eat. So I got him to give me some ideas of what he wants for breakfast and some ideas for lunch. And then I just come up with some quick ideas for supper that maybe I can still possibly eat. I don't really know. We'll try. Like I said, things are just still kind of triggering. This is just like, this sickness has been a little different this time around. It made me weaker. It made me more nauseous. And I can't hardly get my energy back. But I'm working on it. I felt like getting up with dear hubby this morning. And I said, I think I'm okay. I slept good. I can open my eyes this morning. I'll get up with you. Go ahead and fix me a cup of coffee. I choked the coffee down, y'all. I couldn't hardly drink it. And coffee is my vibe, okay? Mommy need coffee. G-Ma need coffee, okay? and I'm like, I'm choking it down this morning. And I'm like, okay, we got to get back to normal sometime or another. And then I said, he's like, if you don't feel like going and getting anything today, you just text me before I get off work and tell me anything that I just need to stop and pick up. And I'm like, there's no sense in that, just stopping every day and picking up one or two items. I said, just let me try to get up, put myself together, look like something besides Death Valley here the past 2 weeks. I'm like, just kind of freshen myself up a little bit. You know, a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lipstick to just kind of boost my self-confidence maybe a little. And I said, just let me see if I can get out. So I got ready and I'm out. Am I chipper? Am I in the mood? But am I just going to sit down and stay on a pity party? Got to get up and get to going sometime. I got my little grocery list here. I'm going to go in here. I only picked up enough things just like for his breakfast for the next few mornings because I brought some things with me that I can fix up. Couldn't bring any freezer items because it was a 2-day drive. So I could bring dry goods. And I brought, some of our apple jelly with us I just made. Apple butter I just made. Y'all saw those. Me and my mother got together that day. Let's see. What else did I bring? Just some little things that was in the cabinet that I didn't want to leave in there for fear of mice, you know, stuff like that. They were already open. And I'm like, nah, I'll just grab those. So I'm in the mood to just get back in my vibe again. I'm tired of being in this funk, okay? I'm tired of it. I'm ready to start feeling better. But I've got to get my appetite back, and I've got to start working my energy up. I got outside yesterday and went down to the dock and just got some vitamin D therapy. I think that's been helping some, is still just being able to get some fresh air and sunshine instead of staying cooped up all the time. So I'm going to grab my little listy here and pick up just a few items that we need. And then I need to stop at Dollar General. I am fixing to make me up some tinctures to get ready for the cold and flu season, because we all know that's coming. And y'all, guess what? I passed by a roadway, and way back off the roadway, y'all know what I saw? Goldenrod. Y'all, September is your time to harvest goldenrod if you're going to do anything with it medicinally wise. I've still got some goldenrod from last year, and I'm almost out of the goldenrod ointment that I made, like for pain and inflammation and poison ivy and poison oak and stuff like that. And I need to make some more of that, because I've been using it sometimes on my joints. And then I've got to make some tinctures. I'm going to make a mullein tincture, and I'm going to make a burdock tincture. What else am I going to make? Because I brought a lot of my teas with me to still drink, where I can drink, like some herbal teas to get through this next season. And especially the mullein. If you don't know anything about mullein, the medicinal benefits of mullein is upper respiratory, y'all, all that bronchitis crap and stuff, that chest colds, that them coughs that you're coughing up. Okay, phlegm, whatever you want to call it. I just say snot. Okay. Anyway, mucus. Okay. That's a nicer word. Mucus. So I've got some tinctures I've got to make, but I didn't bring any jars. So I'm going to pick up my apple cider vinegar in here today, just for tincture purposes. And there's a Dollar General right over there. I'm going to pick up just a couple of, I think I'm only going to make pint sizes this time, or I may just make a whole dadburn quart of mullein to make a tincture with, because you'll wind up using it during this cold and flu season, trust me. And then a little burdock. If you don't know anything about burdock, burdock and wormwood is not only good for animals when they get intestinal parasites, it's good for humans too. Cleans out your gut, your colon, things like that. After taking this round of strong antibiotics and stuff, I've got to get my gut flora back and clean out any leftover toxins and things like that, and then start replenishing my gut with good, healthy bacteria. Got to pick up some yogurt and some blueberries. So you gotta kind of like get your body reset after being sick, and that's just what I've got to do. But going back to burdock and wormwood, they're good for animals. I researched this years ago when I was starting to research and dive into intestinal parasites and worms of ruminants, goats. When I had my goats, I was studying every worm and parasite out there that affects ruminants. And I got my own microscope, my own little glass lens slides, everything, y'all. I mean, I was diving in deep. And I read a lot about burdock and wormwood. And like I said, it's also good for humans. If you feel like, did you know that a lot, just a little education tip here before we go inside and go grocery shopping. Did y'all know that a lot of sicknesses are brought on by suppressed immune systems and your gut health? This is the reason, like inflammation, fatigue, headaches, all this unexplainable symptoms that you have, and you're like, what in the world is wrong with me? Check into your gut flora. Check into internal parasites. Humans can get parasites. No, we don't go out here and graze the grass like sheep and goats and cows and horses. But we still get them. Humans can get internal parasites. Yes. Okay? They may be a little different than what the animals can get from grazing the grass. Okay? But humans can get internal parasites too. Do your research before you believe anything I say. Do your research, okay? Check into internal parasites that humans can get and all the things that they can cause and the symptoms that they produce. Might start explaining some, why do I feel like I'm 80 years old when I'm just 30? Okay? Explains a lot. That was just a little free chit chat with y'all. Okay, let's go inside here and get started with grocery shopping. I'm going to try me some bananas to see if those will help me. Then I got to pick out, dear hubby, the apple that has the least amount of sugar in it, which is either the ones with the green stripes or Granny Smith apple. I picked them, pair those with some peanut butter, grab some sweet potatoes to go for a menu one night. Y'all look at these pumpkins they've already got out. The winter squashes and the pumpkins they've already got out. Look at these little bitty pie pumpkins. I just might have gotten a great idea for those pie pumpkins. I'm going to grab some garlic bulbs because there is something I'm fixing to make. I'm fixing to make a natural antibiotic for this cold and flu season. I'll be showing y'all how to do that. And then these are on the menu for one night for an Italian dish and a roasted tomato pizza. There we go. Grab some of those. Don't forget the basil to go on that pizza. And in that Italian dish, I miss my herbs, y'all, back home. And then I made a decision. I rounded that corner and I found these for a better price. This is where you need to learn how to shop, y'all. Compare your prices. I'm going to use these to make some bread and butter pickles with for dear hubby, to make some relish and to go on some sandwiches. And then I'm going to use this this onion to make some quick pickled onions to go on some sandwiches. There's that mozzarella for that Italian dish and also that pizza. Parmesan cheese. Y'all, I couldn't pass up some of these meat specials. This buy one, get one free. Oh, yes, baby. Y'all, if you want to know tips and tricks on how to grocery shop and get the best prices and tricks that the grocery stores use, y'all check out my meal planning and grocery shopping playlist. I take y'all on some grocery hauls with me and give you all my tips and tricks. I'm tired. I'm out of breath. All my energy's gone that I had. But I got some groceries. But I've got to stop here at this Dollar General and get 5 quart jars. One for the mullein tincture, burdock tincture, the purple onion and the zucchini that I got. I'm going to do pickled onion, my quick little refrigerator pickled onion recipe. And I'm going to try something. I'm going to try pickling some zucchini like I make my pickles, but use that same brine. And I picked up a bottle of pickling spices. I already know I can make pickles with zucchini. So it's just an experiment that I'm going to try. Because dear hubby can't really get the bread and butter pickles from the store because they have too much sugar in them. That's why I started making our own pickles. And this year I made, like, y'all know I make like the kosher dill pickles out of zucchini. But then I got the Mrs. Wages seasoning packs and started making bread and butter pickles because I used stevia instead of regular sugar that it calls for. But the little quick pickling onions that I do, I'm like, you know, that really has a good flavor, the brine. And if I could add like some pickling spices, we're just going to play and experiment. It's a year of learning, playing, and experimenting this year. But I got to go in here and get 5 quart jars. So let's go. One last thing to check off. Y'all, they have this cute little 4-pack. Look at that. Little 4-pack. Isn't that just cute? And I got an extra jar. I didn't need a whole case, y'all. And there's no sense in lugging around a whole case full of jars that I'm not using. If I see that I want to make something, dang nabbit, I should have got another. For some sauerkraut. I can make sauerkraut on a whim, y'all. If I need some more jars, I know where they are. I can come back. I got one more stop to make. I need to find a post office. I mean, just because we're out of town don't mean, you know, I mean, there's still bills to pay, okay? So I need to find a post office. And then I've started doing something on this trip that I don't normally do, just to help the granddaughters out some. Once a week, I'm going to try to send home like a postcard, or every other week, and try to send home a postcard just to help them out a little bit, give them something fun in the mail, make them feel special. Do y'all remember the old-timey postcards? You know, when we were cleaning out my mother-in-law's house and stuff, and personal belongings and stuff like that, cards, things like that, remembrances and things, I came across a bunch of postcards and letters that dear hubby had sent her and mailed to her when he was in the service. And I'm like, oh my, and then some like, when we cut out traveling with him, when our children were younger, and our very first ever traveling trip with him, and I found some postcards that we sent home to her. And I was like, oh my gosh, whatever happened to old-timey getting postcards in the mail? And I'm like, oh, and then I found some of hers that she had stashed back. These are some old postcards that she never used. And I'm like, they're going to get used. I've got an idea. So we're going to find the local post office and drop those off. And I have got to send my truck through the car wash. Our driveway back home is gravel and dust, and we were in a drought when we left home. My back glass, I brought the dust with me, okay? And it's still on the back of my truck. And I'm like, I can't stand it. I got to get that dust off. So I'm going to just run it through a car wash right quick. And then traveling, you know, like that and stuff, bugs all on my windshield and stuff. So I'm going to find a quick just drive-through car wash and a post office. Then I'm going to get back to the lake house and start unloading all these groceries. You know, we're those women that tries to see how many we can put on our arm, so we don't have to make so many trips. But I'm so tired. I'm probably going to have to make 50 trips. I'll manage. And then I'll just see what I need to do next. I'm beginning to get tired. I need to eat something light on my stomach. I'm still just nauseous just a little bit. I don't know. I gotta try to find something. I picked me up some bananas, thinking that maybe just something bland like that, if I can just eat a fruit here and there. I got me some yogurt and blueberries, yeah, but if I can just throw in a fruit maybe. So I got me some bananas. I got dear hubby's ideas for breakfasts. I got his lunches. I hate roundabouts. I don't even know the purpose of these things. Just going in a circle. I mean, do people not know how to turn left, turn right, look both ways before they turn? That's just a waste of money. I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox about that. Just a waste of money. Okay, let's see. I got to remember my way back, because a little town is further down this way. I think I take a right. Stay off them little things. I think I take a right here, because we came through town. Yes, I take a right here. I got to remember my bearings. This is the only second time I've been around Lake Anna, so I got to remember my bearings. And when we came in, everything started looking familiar, because we were here back in 22. So everything started looking familiar to me. I just have to refresh my memory. While I'm in town, I'm going to just ride around for a few minutes to see if I can find a church. Everywhere I go, I try to find a church to attend. And I have met some really nice people and friends. I have a church I go to in Arkansas. I have a church I go to when we were in Kansas. I have a church I found while we were in Missouri, Louisiana. Where else do I have a church? Where was that? Oh, the other place in Virginia that we're going to. There's a place I started attending, and I told them we would probably be back this fall, so I get to see them again. And yeah, so everywhere I go, I try to. Oh, y'all, this curvy road. It's not helping my stomach any. Anyway, everywhere I go, I try to find a church to go to. You know, just meet new people. And I mean, that's my thing on Sundays, y'all, is just worshiping and praising the Lord. That's on our trip out here, the first day. Boy, I put in some of my gospel CDs in here, and I was just going to town. Me and the Lord was just having some long talks. I was just worshiping and praising the Lord. People passing me probably thought I was losing my mind. I just had a tear-jerking little service all on my own here in my truck. And I did a couple of TikToks, you know, just to try to witness to people. And if you've never heard, I'm a Southern gospel girl, okay? I grew up with Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters, the Happy Goodman Family, Inspirations, Kingsman Quartet, McCamey's, all those. McCamey's has turned out to be my uttermost favorites, okay? So, oh, y'all, some of their songs, me and two other women, in a home church I grew up in, and my mama and daddy, we all grew up singing some of these songs. And I brought some of my CDs with me, and oh my Lord, I was just having a shouting fit in my truck. So I did a couple of TikToks, you know, just to witness to people and my testimony and things. You know, you share the gospel. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But I'm going to ride around town a little bit. There's two churches that I pulled up on Google Maps, and I'm going to see where they are, get familiar with where they're at, the times of services and things like that. So I got just a little more running around to do. I got a potty, and this road's not helping. Still got a little bit of ear pain in this ear. I don't know why. Infection's gone. It's just occasionally a little tinge will hit me. Okay, anyway, and then I will be back at the lake house, and then if I don't have time to do it before lunch, I'm going to do it maybe after lunch, start working on dear hubby's breakfasts, or I might just start that first thing in the morning. He still has some biscuits in there and some sausage that he's been taking with him. He picked him up some sandwich meat and some bread. He forgot him some chips. He forgot him a fruit, so I picked those up. I'll start getting his, I think I'll start working on his breakfasts in the morning. and then start getting back to packing his lunch. So he just kind of gave me some grace the past couple of days and just told me to take it easy. So, oh, y'all, I'm beginning to get sick at my stomach. This road's getting to me. I'm going to let y'all go. I will see you back at the lake house, and I will probably just catch y'all in the next video where I'm making all of his things, or I've thought of something else to share with y'all. I will catch y'all in the next one. I got to get out of this truck and get some fresh air. This road's getting to me. I will see y'all in the next one.